Hello students, I am Mohan Kumari. Welcome back to MK classes for biology. Today I am going to solve the still more important NEET questions of the chapter Reproduction in Organisms. So here we go with the first question. The scion is grafted to a stalk. The quality of fruits produced will be determined by the genotype of. So scion and stalk, which comes under plant grafting techniques. Here the shoot plant, whatever we are using, that is called as scion, and the root part of the plant is called as the stalk plant. So here scion forms the vegetative part of the plant like stem, branches, leaves, flowers and fruits, while the stalk forms the root system which helps in the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Hence, the quality of the fruits produced will be determined by the genotype of the scion. Answer is the B option, that is scion. Let us see the second question. In which of the following organism self-fertilization is seen? So in the given options, you can see fish, roundworm, earthworm and liver fluke. Here the self-fertilization means the fusion of male and female gametes produced by the same individual. So it occurs in the bisexual or the hermaphrodites. In the given option, liver fluke and earthworm both are hermaphrodites, but self-fertilization seen only in liver fluke in the given options, because earthworm, the male reproductive structures which mature earlier than the female reproductive structures. So in earthworm you can see protandry condition, that is maturation of male reproductive structure prior the maturation of female reproductive structure. So in the given options, liver fluke is the right answer, that is D. So next one, which of the following is a hermaphrodite, that is bisexual organism? So bisexual organism which possess both male and female sex organ. So here in the given option, earthworm is a bisexual organism, and aphids, cockroach, which are said to be unisexual organism. So the correct answer is option C, earthworm. We'll move on to the next question. When seed are attached to parent plant, the type of germination is known as. So this type of germination is said to be the vivipary, that is C option, vivipary. In plants, vivipary occurs when the seeds or the embryos begin to develop before they detach from the parent. So that condition is called as vivipary. So if I see the other phenomena like epigeal. Epigeal is nothing but germination of a seeds takes place above the ground. Hypogeal means cotyledons of the germinating seed remain inside the seed shell and below the ground. Ovipary is the phenomena. It is a method of reproduction in which eggs are laid and embryos develop outside the mother's body. So here when the seeds are attached to parent plant, the type of germination is known as vivipary. So the correct answer is C, vivipary. So we'll move on to the next question. Vegetative propagation in mint occurs by. So in mint you can see vegetative propagation in mint occurs by the C option, that is sucker. So sucker, it is a slender subaerial branches which develop from base of the aerial shoot, breaking of this which forms a new plant. So here the correct answer is option C, sucker, in case of mint. So next question, let us see the next one. There is no natural death in single celled organisms like amoeba and bacteria, because here they had given 4 options because they cannot reproduce sexually. They reproduce by binary fission. The parental body is distributed among the offspring and they are microsporic. Here you can see there is no natural death they have asked. So here the parental body here which divides and distributed among the offsprings, so that there is no natural death to the organisms like amoeba and bacteria. It can show the binary or multiple fission. It can show binary or multiple fission, but parental body is distributed among the offspring, so there is no natural death in single celled organisms like bacteria and amoeba. So answer is C option. So let us move on to the next question. There are various types of reproduction. The type of reproduction adopted by an organism depends on. So there are 4 options here. It depends on the habitat and morphology of the organism, or morphology of the organism, or morphology and physiology of the organism. And the D option is the organism's habitat, physiology and genetic makeup. Here the correct answer is option D. It depends on the organism's habitat, physiology and genetic makeup. So during this type of reproduction, an organism undergoes depends ultimately on its genetic makeup, which is a result of the evolutionary process and variation caused natural selection that influences its adaptability to a particular environment by modifying its morphology, physiology and adaptive strategies. So here the answer is it depends on the organism's habitat, physiology and genetic makeup. So here we see the next question. Which of the following is a post-fertilization event in flowering plants? So here the right answer is the B option, that is the development of the embryo development. So if we see sexual reproduction in plants explained in 3 steps or 3 processes, I can say, which involves pre-fertilization events, fertilization and post-fertilization events. So pre-fertilization events involve gamete formation and gamete transfer. So the first one is transfer of pollen grain, which comes under transfer of gametes. So it comes under the pre-fertilization event. Formation of flower, formation of pollen grains also comes under pre-fertilization event. But after fertilization, zygote which will form and zygote develop into embryo. So in the given option, the step which involved in post-fertilization event is the embryo development. Option B, embryo development. Let us see the next question, 9th one. The number of chromosomes in the shoot tip cells of a maize plant is 20. The number of chromosomes in the microspore mother cells of the same plant shall be. So here the diploid shoot tip somatic cell, which consists of diploid set of chromosomes, that is 20 in the maize plant. So the number of chromosomes in the microspore mother cell, it is also microspore mother cell is also diploid in nature. It also consists of the 20. So correct option is A option, that is 20. Here the microspore mother cell which undergo meiosis to produce microspores. So microspore mother cells are diploid in nature and microspores are haploid in nature. So the correct answer is A option, that is 20. Let us see the next question. Vegetative propagation in Pistia occurs by offset, that is the B option, offset. So here the offsets are the branches originated from the main stem and the upper portion of which branch is curved and bearing a group of leaves, while the lower portion bearing roots. Each branch, when separate and grow independently, forming a new plant. So that is the offset. So vegetative propagation in aquatic plant like Pistia occurs by offset. So next question we'll see, which of the following processes results in the formation of clone of bacteria? So the correct answer is binary fission, that is C option, binary fission. So binary fission is a process of asexual reproduction in which the parent cell divides to form two daughter cells. These daughter cells are produced from a single parent and contain the exact copy of the genes as that of their mother cell. So the clones are formed in bacteria as a result of binary fission. So the correct answer is C option, binary fission. Let us move on to the next question. What is common between vegetative reproduction and apomixis? So in vegetative propagation, where it involves the production of the new plants from the vegetative part of the plant body or the parent plant. In this process, progeny that produces is identical to the parent, as there is no recombination of genetic material you can see in the vegetative propagation. So in case of apomixis, it is a reproductive process in plants that superficially resembles normal sexual reproduction, but in which there is no fusion of gametes. The embryos develop simply by division of a diploid cell of the ovule. So the progenies produced are identical to the parent. So here they have asked what is common between vegetative reproduction and apomixis. Here the answer is D option, both produce progeny identical to the parent. Yes, we'll move on to the next question. Which part would be most suitable for raising virus-free plants for micropropagation? So, the actively growing region of the plant, such as the plant meristems, remain free of infections even when the plant itself is infected. Tissue from shoot apical meristem can be taken and cultured to grow roots and obtain new plants. Therefore, virus-free plants can be obtained from the meristematic tissue of the plant. So here the answer is C, that is the meristem, which is virus-free part of the plant. So let us see the next question. Which one of the following is common to multicellular fungi, filamentous algae and protonema of mosses? Here you can see the answer is multiplication by fragmentation. Option D, multiplication by fragmentation. As we know, fragmentation is a mode of asexual reproduction that involves breaking the parent body into several fragments, and each fragment develops into a new individual. So multicellular fungi, filamentous algae and protonema of mosses all show multiplication by fragmentation. So the right answer is D option, multiplication by fragmentation. Let us see the next question. Banana is vegetatively propagated by, yes, banana which is vegetatively propagated by the rhizomes. So the answer is option B, rhizomes. Yes. To this we have solved another 15 questions of the chapter Reproduction in Organisms. Thank you.